Mama, please. I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
Luis, why are you looking at me like that?
Why? Why? Because I can't believe that my own sister would actually want to stay Mrs. Julian Crane. Or announce it at the Seascape restaurant. Sam doesn't understand it either.
Chief Bennett.
Yeah, he just called.
Did he tell you what happened after you left? Rebecca accused Teresa of killing Julian.
Yeah, I heard. And after thinking about it, I think that she has a point.
Luis, you're my brother. How can you think that I killed Julian?
It's not what I said, and it is not what I meant.
Then what did you mean when you said that Rebecca had a point?
I just meant that she was justified in her accusations based on what happened at the Seascape tonight.
Well, I don't understand.
Look, sis, in any murder investigation, an officer looks for a motive. You gave us one tonight.
How?
Teresa, if you'd refused to have anything to do with Julian's money, you wouldn't have a motive. But you told the whole world that you were entitled to the Crane fortune by claiming to be Mrs. Julian Crane.
And that gives Teresa a motive.
Yeah, it looks that way.
But both of you could have a motive, too. I mean, Mama hates Julian for everything that he's done to our family, and so do you, Luis. What if one of us is accused of murdering Julian? We will need the Crane money to hire the best attorneys, won't we?
Look, I said I don't want to talk about this, right? I don't want any of us talking to each other about if we killed Julian. We all hated him. So we're all suspects.
I cursed him, man. I curse Julian Crane. I mean, even in his death, he's threatened to tear my family apart. It's like he's reaching from hell to try to drag us down with him.
You're right, Mama. I don't think I ever knew true evil until I met Julian. All of my life, I have dreamed of being Mrs. Crane, but I wanted to be Ethan's wife, not Julian's.
Well, then quit pretending to be Mrs. Julian Crane. Just denounce his name and his money.
I can't, Luis. The fact is, I am pregnant with Julian's child. And Julian's money will make life easier for my baby, for all of us. That is why I'm gonna fight Ivy and Rebecca to be the one and only Mrs. Crane. We're gonna be rich.
No, Teresa. You cannot take that money, because if you do, you will damn us all to hell.
Come on, just take it easy.
No,
okay?
Luis. Not until we have this settled. But Teresa, you cannot take that blood money from the Cranes.
I'm sorry, Mama.
I just knew that only bad things would happen when my children became romantically involved with the Cranes.
Oh, Sheridan wasn't like the rest of them, okay?
And it turned out that Ethan wasn't a Crane anyway.
No, you're right. Ethan and Sheridan are the only good people connected to that family, but the rest of them are pure evil, Teresa.
No, Sheridan.
We know that Sheridan was different, Luis.
She was wonderful. The best.
So is Ethan.
Yes, Ethan is different too. But they were both hurt by the Crane evil. Teresa, if you take money from that family, you will bring that evil upon us as well.
Mama, don't be superstitious. Money is just money. It is not evil. It's not good. It's just money.
No, that's not true. The Crane money was made by doing terrible things, Teresa. They forced people off their land. They were involved in shady businesses. They had the power to stay out of jail, but they were guilty just the same, and they didn't care who they hurt. They were ruthless. They got their money by being evil, Teresa.
That was the Cranes, Mama, not the money. That money can be used to do good. Think of it. Miguel, he could go to the best university in the country. You can stop working for Ivy Crane, Mama. You won't have to work for anybody. We're gonna be rich.
There's truth to the saying that money is the root of all evil. And it doesn't buy happiness. It doesn't, Teresa. We've never had much, but we've had each other. We're a strong, loving family. We love each other. We support each other. We have a home.
Yes, but what if we could afford a better house, Mama? One where the plumbing doesn't make horrible noises, where we can take a shower and not have to wait for the water to heat up.
Oh, come on. I mean, I want to live in a better house, too. We'll get it with good, hard work. Honest work.
He's right. Not with this kind of money. Because the Cranes destroy everything they touch.
Mama, try to stop thinking of money as something that lives. It's just money.
No. Mama's right. If we want a new house, we'll get it. But not with the Crane money. With good, hard work, we'll make it happen.
You mean like Papa? Papa worked every day of his life for nothing.
Teresa.
I'm sorry, Mama, but it is the truth. As hard as Papa worked, he never made a lot of money. Luis works hard, and you work hard, and we barely get by. You're always worried about the bills, and we never have enough money to save, Mama. Aren't you just tired of always being worried?
Look, let me worry, okay? I'll take care of all of us.
Luis, I know that you'll try. But how can you ask me to give up this opportunity?
Please. I am begging you. Don't do this.
I'm sorry, Mama, but I will not let this chance pass me or my family by. We will not spend the rest of our lives scrimping and doing without. I am Mrs. Crane, and I'm going to have all the advantages that come with that title, and I'm going to share it with my family, and no one is going to stop me.
Could you please talk some sense into your sister?
Teresa knows you're right. You know that the Cranes are evil. You know their money comes from evil.
Well, what about Sheridan? Oh, she grew up with the evil Crane money, and it didn't seem to affect her. She was good,
Sheridan
wasn't she?
was good, but she didn't care about the money. She was going to marry me. She was going to be a cop's wife.
Really, Luis? And how long do you think Sheridan would have been happy living in some crummy little apartment, having to clip coupons to buy groceries?
Teresa.
Mama, Sheridan was worth billions. Do you really think an heir to the Crane fortune would be happy living in squalor with you after having everything that the world had to offer? Do you really think that your love was that important to her?
What's happened to you, Teresa? How can you hurt your brother like this?
It's okay. But you're wrong. See, my love did mean that much to Sheridan. You know, it meant so much to her that she couldn't wait to get married, and she couldn't wait to live in a crummy little apartment.
Luis, I'm so sorry. That was a terrible thing for me to say, and I didn't mean to hurt you. Honestly, I love you, Luis. And I loved Sheridan, too.
Do you see what's happening? The Crane money is already causing pain in this family. Our sister hurts her brother with her words.
Please, Luis, please forgive me.
Hey, I forgive you.
We're arguing among ourselves, fighting. It's damaging our family, and you don't even have the money yet.
Oh, Mama. All I am saying is that money can be used to do good for a change. Luis, if Sheridan would have wanted to use some of her money to make life easier for all of us, would you have told her no, even if you knew it would make her happy?
We never talked about it.
But don't you think that Sheridan would have wanted to use some of her money to make life easier for you, for all of us?
Well, Sheridan was generous to a fault. Even though I would never touch her money, I could see myself letting her use it in certain situations.
No, Luis, because that money would have come with a price. Look at Ivy Crane. Look how money has destroyed her life. And poor Sheridan. What a miserable, unhappy childhood she had. And her mother was never happy. All the money in the world couldn't bring that family happiness.
Mama, I will not let you or anyone else talk me out of this. I am going to get Julian's money.
And I will not stand by and let my family be destroyed. Now, I am going to pray to God for his help and his guidance. And I think you should do the same thing too, Teresa. Pray to God and ask him if you should go and get this Crane money. Do you remember the bracelet you used to wear that said WWJD? You know what it meant? What would Jesus do? Now, what would he do, Teresa? Would Jesus take the Crane money? Would he? Pray, Teresa. Ask God to help you look into your heart and make the right decision.
We were brought up in the church. You know the church's teachings as well as I do. You know right from wrong. I love you, though, sis. I think Mama gave you some good advice.
I will think about what she said, Luis.
Good. Where are you, Sheridan? You in heaven? You all right? I love you so much. I wish you were here, Sheridan. I'd ask you for your help with Teresa. I'd ask you what I should say to her and how to fix this situation. But you're not. All I have are the memories.
I prayed, but it didn't help. I don't recognize my own daughter. What has happened to Teresa?
Well, Mama, it'll be all right. Hey, Teresa's just confused. She's gonna do the right thing. She's not gonna take Julian's money.
I pray that you're right. But I feel as though my worst nightmare has come true. The Crane evil has possessed my own daughter. And terrible things are going to happen. I can feel it. I can feel the evil right here in my own home. Terrible things are going to happen.